In this Beach Gear Guy review video, we're going to figure out which material makes for the best beach blanket, polyester or nylon. You and I are also going to figure out which beach blankets are really sand-free and which beach blankets are really waterproof. Plus, at the end of the video, I'll show you a little helpful beach blanket accessory item that you may find useful. Now for the nylon beach blanket, I bought this Sun Ninja on Amazon for 30 bucks, and for the polyester test subjects, I picked up this UrbanEco Outdoors beach blanket for 30 bucks, and this ripstop polyester PopChose beach blanket for 17 bucks. Now with the exception of unfolding a beach chair, laying out a beach blanket is probably the easiest beach gear sit-up activity you can do at the beach. Most beach blankets, like this Sun Ninja, come with these little yellow stakes, which I think are the best option to keep the beach blankets from blowing away. If you're on a beach with soft sand, you can always kick away the top layer and stake it down into the harder stuff. Now there's also corner sand pockets, which I have found to be a little bit too shallow to hold enough sand to prevent it from moving around. My friend Riker here didn't seem to think the sand pockets were that useful either. You can also tuck rocks in the pockets, which offer a lot more weight than the sand, but I really think the pegs are the way to go. Both the UrbanEco Outdoors and the Sun Ninja each have their own storage pocket for smaller items, which can be zippered up and concealed under the beach blanket. The PopChose actually has 5 of these pockets that can be zippered up, so you and 4 of your beach buddies can each have your own pocket. I once filled up these pockets with sand and used them as weight pouches, but again, I think the pegs work the best. The temperature of the polyester beach blankets were more or less consistent with the temperature of the sand on the beach. They do absorb the heat and warm up, so if it's a hot sunny day, you may also want to sit on a beach towel. The nylon material is more or less the same temperature as the beach too, but check out the temperature as they go from blue to white and then to orange. The nylon also doesn't feel as hot as the polyester, so it's more comfortable to sit on a hot day at the beach. The ripstop nylon Sun Ninja also has a soft, silky feel to it. The polyester beach blankets have more of a rugged plastic feel. To be honest, they actually feel like a polyester beach tent. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, please hit that like button, and thank you so much for subscribing to my Beach Gear Guy channel. Now I wanted to show you how these beach blankets react to water, and then it started to rain, so now I can really show you how water resistant they are. Look at how the water just beads right up on both the PopChose and the UrbanEco Outdoors beach blanket, and the moisture doesn't really penetrate through the material at all. The PopChose also acted as a good barrier when I gave it a wet, mucky, low-tide beach test. As for the ripstop nylon, well, let's just say it didn't work as well as the polyester. So if you plan on going back and forth between the ocean and your beach blanket, I would say polyester would be the way to go. The good news is that all 3 of these beach blankets dried off pretty fast. Now many beach blankets are advertised as sand resistant, sand free, and even sandproof. What this typically means is that the sand won't stick to the material and can be easily brushed off. I found this to be true for both the nylon and the polyester beach blankets. I was able to easily sweep the sand off with my hands, no problemo. I did find that some sand did stick to the bottom of the UrbanEco Outdoors beach blanket as I was stuffing it back in its pouch. Sand-free or sandproof also sometimes means that the sand can't pass through the material. So if the sand is on top, rubbing it down won't get rid of it. Now if you're looking for a beach blanket that's really sand-free, say hello to the CGear Sand-Free Mat. The sand literally passes right through it like magic by just patting it down or by moving your hand or foot across it. I bought this one from the CGear website for 80 bucks, which isn't cheap, but I really had to try it for myself. The CGear Sand-Free Mat has a 2-layer dual weave mesh, allowing the sand to fall through the fabric without coming back up. This sand-free mat was originally designed for helicopters to land on because the mat would help prevent sand and dirt from blowing around. Soft sand will pass right through it with little or no effort from you. But you will have to work a little bit more to get moist sand to pass through it. This sand mat does have D-rings, but it doesn't come with stakes, so you will have to use your own. But honestly, the wind really doesn't move it at all, and it's heavy enough that it pretty much stays put when I'm moving around on top of it. Now check this out. I actually used my sand-free beach mat as a front porch for my Pacific Breeze XL beach tent. It actually was a perfect fit, and it kept the sand on the beach and out of my tent. Really cool. I did want to show you this cheaper, smaller version I picked up on Amazon for 25 bucks. It actually works the same way, with a dual mesh system. But it is a lot thinner than the CGear Sand-Free Mat. It actually works a lot better than I thought it would. But I did notice that some sand did creep back up from the bottom. It is more comfortable to sit on though. The CGear mat feels rough on the skin, so it's best to enjoy it while sitting on a beach towel. The CGear Sand-Free Mat is also fairly heavy. After weighing all of my beach blankets, the CGear was definitely the heaviest of the bunch. Now, out of all of these beach blankets, my least favorite one to pack up is the PopChose. You actually have to fold it up a certain way into these little squares and then cram it into a little pouch, which is really the last thing you want to be doing when all your buddies have left the beach to go for ice cream. Now, both the UrbanEco Outdoors and the Sun Ninja can be simply stuffed back into their pouches, which is a lot easier. So, this is definitely a feature I would consider when shopping for a beach blanket. You know, I just realized I haven't gone over the different sizes for the polyester and the nylon beach blankets. So here's a quick little montage of me resting my 6'5" self on each of these beach blankets, just to help give you some scale. The biggest of the three is the Sun Ninja, which measures 10 feet by 9 feet. The description on Amazon says it's big enough for 7 adults, which I think may be true if everyone is sitting in the lotus position, but not if everyone is stretched out and lounging around. The second biggest beach blanket is the UrbanEco Outdoors, which measures 8 feet 9 inches by 6 feet 4 inches. They think that this beach blanket can accommodate up to 8 people, but I personally think that number is a bit high. Then there's the PopChose beach blanket, which is 6 feet 9 inches by 6 feet 5 inches. They say 4 to 7 people. I'm personally thinking 2 to 4 people. Now, some of these beach blankets come in different sizes and different colors and patterns as well, and I'll have links down below in the description in case you're interested. Now, if you're looking for a beach blanket that provides a good barrier between you and the beach, I would say the polyester beach blanket is the way to go. If you're looking for a beach blanket that's comfortable to sit on and doesn't feel super hot when it's in the sun, I would go with a nylon. Now, if you don't get a beach blanket that has one of these little nifty bottle openers attached to it, like the Sun Ninja, I thought these little cup holders that I bought on Amazon for 16 bucks would be the way to go. Unfortunately, they turned out to be a bit of a disappointment because they're made with this cheap plastic, and the bottle openers are a little awkward to use. But they do stick in the sand well, and they will prevent your beverage from falling over onto your beach blanket, which would be a bummer if it happened. Thanks again for hitting that like button, as well as sharing this video with all of your beach buddies, and I hope you take it easy at the beach.